Welcome back to BWO Daily, your source for news in sports entertainment and the world of professional wrestling from your boys at Busted Wide Open. My name is Nick Howell.
And I am Sir Ian Dangerous. And yes, today it was released, a press release from Impact Wrestling saying that Tessa Blanchard, their heavyweight champion, is being stripped of her title and she will no longer be working for the company. Tessa, of course, the first ever woman to hold a men's title in professional wrestling. She won it a couple of months ago amid some rather nasty allegations of backstage bullying and racism. She actually tweeted out right before she won the title, "Hey women, why don't you all support everybody?" And she got a huge backlash from everyone from Allison Kay to Chelsea Green, condemning her for that. And now we find out a couple of months later that she's actually, during all of this crisis, she's been down in Mexico with her now husband, Daga, and has refused to do tapings for Impact, has not come in to drop the title, has not done any promo work. They've asked her to do promos for TV, and she hasn't done it. And at this point, she was supposed to come in on Slammiversary and have a fatal five-way match for the title against Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, Eddie Edwards, and Michael Elgin. More on Michael Elgin in a second. But apparently that's not happening now because they couldn't get her to come in. So she has been released by Impact Wrestling. Her future at this point unknown. And frankly, after reported problems at Impact, at WOW, at Women of Wrestling, she was, there was rumors of her being a backstage bully as well. WWE during the Mae Young Classic, there was rumors of that. So with all of these rumors following her, with having now a history, who will pick up Tessa next, I think, is the big question.
If anybody. I think you're assuming that somebody will. I think we're in a very delicate time right now where there's zero tolerance for any of that kind of diva behavior. And I'm not sure. Could she come in somewhere and be coached? Could she come in somewhere and, do those things? I'm mostly disappointed in this. I invested a lot of personal excitement myself around the fact that, oh my God, we now have a top title, top men's title, or a top brand title, I should say, over at Impact on a female wrestler. This was a game changer. This was a huge deal. And we were going to have a fatal five-way. All the build-up with Sami Callihan and stuff that led to that was brilliant. And it feels like I feel disappointed and can I say betrayed? I feel a little bit betrayed that I'm disappointed. I'm like, damn it, we were making such progress.
And I think it's legit to say that she is a legitimate star. You can build a division around her. I mean, she is a legitimate star. She's 24 years old. So there's still a lot of growing that could happen, as you said, if someone gets in her ear and just kind of sets her on the right track and just like, this isn't the way. I mean, to be fair, her contract was up this summer, June 30th, according to Fightful and Metro Co UK, or just sometime this summer, according to Dave Meltzer. She had to send a 2-year deal back in the summer of 2018. So
right.
Maybe contract negotiations didn't go well or something. Maybe we don't have the full story yet on this. But right now, it does look bad because of the situation here. It doesn't seem like there would have been much effort on her part to actually get back to Impact and drop the belt if that was her plan to move on from Impact. So, barring hearing the other side of the story here, I had to say it does look like another instance of some diva behavior from her, which is unfortunate because, as we were saying, she definitely has she's the highest ceiling you could possibly imagine. Yeah. So, as we mentioned, though, Michael Elgin, also a story over there in Impact. He has also reportedly been released due to the allegations against him from the #SpeakingOut movement. He will be removed from upcoming TV, the same way they did with Joey Ryan, which is going to be tough because he's in that build for that fatal five-way that was going to be for the title, and now they've got to pull him out of all the tapings they already did for that. They have no other tapings announced between now and Slammiversary. They might have to go back and do some retapes just to cover that ground because they're not going to have that one guy in that match, as well as the champion herself. It's also been reported by Wrestling Inc. that Elgin got into a fist fight with Sami Callihan backstage at the last Impact Impact tapings, excuse me. Apparently, they had a disagreement over how to start the match, and it escalated into a fist fight. So not sure what's going on there either. He did release a statement. Michael Elgin released a statement on Instagram saying, "I appreciate the time and opportunities given to me by Impact. That locker room, the film crew, and all the company officials were a pleasure to be associated with. I hope that in time things get sorted. For now, I have to look at the bright side. I have more time to spend with my son and reclaim time that has been missed." So not even touching the allegations.
Bye.
So yes, on his way out, Michael Elgin at Impact. Not sure what the future holds there for him. Also not sure what the future holds for WWE, who is in the midst of a COVID outbreak. Jamie Noble also coming out to say that he, in addition to Caleb Braxton, Adam Pearce, and Renee Young, has contracted the virus. Testings have been continuing at WWE. We have no idea the full scope of everybody that has caught it there. We know that another extra, whose nickname is the Ultimate Pusher, Tyreek, he's a manager over at MLW. He was there as an extra in the crowd. He was informed by WWE after getting tested by them that he has the virus. He's trying to reach out to people because he's apparently has a pregnant wife or a child, and is trying to figure out how to manage that, how to be with family members while he's sick. They're supposed to be taping today, Nick. Actually, as of right now, 2 p.m. Eastern, they are taping SmackDown as we speak. They were supposed to also tape Raw tonight, but apparently that's been pushed back till Saturday, according to some reports. Post Wrestling saying they might also tape Main Event today and a 205 Live match to put up on the network. But WWE has not reported anything about this. They've given no reason for the delay. They have merely said that staff is continuing to undergo testing. Tom Collahu actually reports that the number of people infected at WWE may be over 30 at this point, and they have not been communicative with their staff, with their wrestlers. You have wrestlers texting each other, trying to figure out who's come up positive. So it's there's a report of at least 2 wrestlers who have refused to come in unless everyone's wearing masks. So it's chaos right now at WWE.
I feel like we talked about this. I feel like if we go back to March when Triple H opened SmackDown and said at the Performance Center and said things are going to be different from here on out. Right. But we are going to continue to push forward, and if you'll allow us, let us entertain you. And we had that sweeping panning shot to an empty performance. I feel like we talked about this. I feel like we asked ourselves, would there be regrets? Would we regret urging the continuance of taping and putting on shows, live or not, if this were to happen? And I feel like we're in that position now. Maybe we save it to tomorrow to talk about on our live show, but man, I am really sitting here questioning, going, should they have just shut things down?
And WWE can afford to do that. AEW can't. AEW needs to keep running shows. But at least luckily with that, they have been, as safe as possible. They've been testing everybody using the blood test method, which is about as, close to 100% as you can get, while still giving, false negatives. It is still much better than what WWE was doing, which was just doing the "do you feel bad" test.
The laser pointer on the forehead.
Do you have a fever test?
Right.
Which is obviously ineffective. So, both companies got away with it for a few months, and now it's coming home to roost at WWE, who, just rolled the dice, I think, one too many times. So, yeah, it's scary, and I think this is just beginning at WWE. We're just going to be finding out more and more as the days go on. So we will see. Again, that's a lot of staff members. I have a feeling that a lot of it, we don't know who they are because of medical privacy laws. If they want to come out and talk about it, we'll find out about it. The fact that WWE hasn't released a statement or isn't talking about it any more than they are also, I think, speaks volumes and not in a good way.
Yeah.
As far as SmackDown tonight, they've had to change that up. They're now, as of yesterday, as of Thursday, they're now calling SmackDown a tribute to The Undertaker. At least half the show will be based around The Undertaker, including a replay of the entire Boneyard match from WrestleMania. So now we're going back in time a couple of months here to when WWE first started after the pandemic, and we were rewatching matches. No announcement on if we're still going to have Drew Gulak versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental title. No word on if we're going to have Braun Strowman confronting Bray Wyatt. No word on if Sheamus is going to have his toast to Jeff Hardy in that tasteful segment. So no idea what to expect tonight on SmackDown, but apparently they are still taping.
Yeah.
So we shall see when SmackDown airs later tonight. And finally today, Nick, El Ligero and Travis Banks, two NXT UK wrestlers, have apparently been released by WWE following the #SpeakingOut allegations against them. PW Insider reported about Ligero. Post Wrestling reported about Travis Banks. This has not been confirmed by WWE, but both the guys have been removed from the roster section of WWE.com, and it stands to reason that they're no longer with the company. So, following in Jack Gallagher's footsteps, out the door after serious allegations from the Speaking Out movement. So, not terribly surprising there, unfortunately. But that is the news for the day, Nick. I guess we'll leave everyone with some happy birthdays. Happy birthday to Mr. Matt Stryker, who is 46 today. Matt Stryker, 46 years old. Had the pleasure of watching him call a Lucha Underground from about 3 feet behind him. Always enjoyed him there. Mark Jindrak is 43, and the legendary J.J. Dillon. J.J. Dillon is 78 years old today. So happy birthday to all of those guys. And that is the news.
Well, happy birthday to all of them, and thank you very much, Sir Ian Dangerous, and thank you guys for watching yet another episode of BWO Daily. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have your notifications set to all so that you know when we premiere a new episode of BWO Daily every day, Monday through Friday, every single week. Also, we're doing our live show tomorrow, recapping AEW, NXT, SmackDown, and what's going on with the New Japan Cup. Still ongoing over across the pond, so make sure you're subscribed here. Get into our Discord channel for live chats all throughout the week for all shows. You can find links to that and all of our other social media stuff down in the description below. But my name is Nick Howell. You can find me on Twitter at DataCenterDude.
And I am Sir Ian Dangerous. You can find me on Twitter at Sir Ian Dangerous.
And we will see you guys next time.